My name is Juan Carlos Aceh, and welcome to my second documentary. In my first film, Unsupercise Me, I helped Tracy Ryan escape the 345-pound prison of her body in a 1-year period. It was an amazing experience to guide her to lose 200 pounds in a year and witness her break the chains that imprisoned her for 29 years. I myself learned the harsh reality of what it means to be in prison when I was 23 years old. My senior year in college in the year 2000, I was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for selling the drug ecstasy. I lost the many freedoms we often take for granted. I was afraid, and it seemed to me that my life was truly over. But everything being taken away from me made me appreciate life so much more. I made up my mind to no longer be imprisoned by the walls that held me. I began to study 5 hours a day and learned everything I could about the world. Language, business, music. But I focused most on exercise and nutrition because I realized that being healthy had the greatest impact on happiness. Many inmates came to me to counsel them on diet and exercise because of the success I was having with my program. As I worked with these inmates, I started to witness an interesting phenomenon. Most people are depressed when they go to prison, but the inmates I trained shared with me how happy they had become and how good they felt as they shed weight and put down medications. That they were happier than before they came to prison because they had regained their health. It made me recognize, like never before, the important link between health and happiness. Despite losing so many freedoms, these guys were happier than they had been in a long time because of how good they felt. As I look around our world today, I see many prisons taking freedoms from us that we can overcome. Things like obesity, disease, stress, and medications. We all know what it's like to have freedoms taken from us by these culprits. They rob us of our life force and of our loved ones. Once again, I'm going to attempt to help others escape from the prisons that hold them. With a magic bullet that's often forgotten and usually replaced with pills and surgeries. That magic bullet is plants and exercise. Welcome to Unsupercise Us. No one is disputing the health crisis in the world. In the US, we have reached record numbers of obesity. In 2016, 38% of our adults are classified as obese, and 17% of our teens. So why is this happening? Why is it when such great advances in technology are being made, we are all going backwards with our health? I believe people don't know what to do because we are being given false information about what good nutrition is. I've narrowed it down to 3 lies. Lie number 1, eat more protein. Muscle's made of protein, so eating more is better, right? Wrong. High protein diets are great for some animals, like carnivores and omnivores. They can catch their prey with lightning speed and powerful strength. Us humans do not have the speed and power needed to catch other animals for food on a consistent basis. Have you ever tried to actually catch a squirrel, rabbit, or chicken? Carnivores and omnivores have sharp claws and teeth for ripping into another animal's flesh and breaking bones as they chew. Humans have herbivorous teeth made to grind down fibrous plants like nuts, fruits, and veggies. Carnivores have hinged jaws designed to swallow big chunks of flesh, not much chewing. Humans have a jaw that moves side to side like all other herbivores. Carnivores have a short digestive system that absorbs nutrients quickly and gets rid of toxic, rotting meat quickly. Humans have a large digestive system that absorbs nutrients slowly. Carnivores and omnivores pant to cool down. Humans sweat to cool themselves. Carnivores don't get heart disease. Only herbivores that eat meat get heart disease. And if we are carnivores, how come we can't eat raw meat without getting sick? Why doesn't a dead or bleeding animal look appetizing to us? I'm not talking about eating sushi or rare meat. Carnivores eat fur, guts, scales, and organs. Lie number 2. Milk does the body good and is the best source of calcium. How long have you been hearing that line from the dairy industry? I know I've been hearing it for as long as I've been alive. Well, I'm here to tell you that milk does the body bad. It causes problems with our immune system and actually weakens our bones by causing an acidic environment in our blood. Our body responds by releasing calcium from our bones to make our blood alkaline again. As our bones release calcium, they get weaker. So milk's actually a cause of osteoporosis. Milk is also usually loaded up with bovine growth hormone, which is given to cows so that they produce more milk, and antibiotics to keep the cows from getting sick, which we consume when we drink milk. I don't believe anyone has been bold enough to claim consuming bovine growth hormone and antibiotics are good for you. And guess who the only animals on the planet that drink another animal's milk are? You guessed it, humans. And we drink milk that's designed to turn a baby cow into a large cow very quickly. So what will happen to us when we drink cow milk? And all this means, you guessed it, humans are herbivores. Lie number 3. Man can make food that's just as healthy or healthier than Mother Nature. Whether it's supplements, cereal, soda, or energy drinks, there's no denying man-made food, also known as processed food, is terrible for our health. Processed food is loaded with fat, sugar, color, sodium, preservatives, and chemicals, which all have serious health consequences. We simply can't create whole food the way Mother Nature can. It's that simple. I believe these 3 lies are the cause of most health issues we face today. Unsupercise Me clearly showed impressive weight loss. But what about people that don't have 200 pounds to lose? What about people that have health issues that plague many of us even if we're not morbidly obese? Most Americans are on some kind of medication and suffer from some kind of health issue. I ask myself the question, if those people were put on a whole food plant-based diet and exercise, would their health issues melt away like Tracy's fat did? I decided to randomly pick 5 people who would all be considered normal by most health standards and find out. Welcome to the filming of Unsupercise Us. Let's give yourself a round. Okay, you guys are here because what you've been doing hasn't been working. You guys are here because you're ready to change. This program is 6 weeks long. We're going to be doing a whole food plant-based diet, 1 hour of resistance training, and 1 hour of cardiovascular training 6 days a week. For my next experiment, all 5 would eat a whole food plant-based diet, do an hour of cardio, and an hour of resistance training 6 days a week for 6 weeks. We will see how the program affects their body fat, their weight, their measurements, and their blood work.
My name is Allison Abels. I have lived in Gainesville for about 10 years now, and I own a real estate company here in town. I spend most of my time working. If I do get any free time, I like to play with my dog, like to go to the movies, read books, hang out with my friends. I let myself get hungry, which I've realized is really dangerous for me. When I get hungry, especially if I'm going to go into a situation like a dinner or a meeting or an event, and there's bad choices there, it makes it hard to not choose to eat something that's not great for you, just to eat something. I've struggled with my weight I think, since I can remember. I remember being in like second grade and kids calling me fat and making fun of me. And I gained and lost weight kind of throughout my childhood and teenage years. After I graduated from UF, I had already started my business and felt like I was working 80 hours a week and living a pretty unhealthy lifestyle, picking up McDonald's in the morning or in the middle of the night when I was driving to and from the office. I think I had gained about 80 pounds by the time I had really got my company going in the beginning. And when you're only 5'2", 5'3", that's a lot. It doesn't look that great. And I think the turning point for me, there was a picture taken of me in a group. We were on vacation in Key West, and all of the other girls were in bikinis and having a good time and hanging out. And I was in these capri pants and this big baggy t-shirt. And I think I think they're like a size 18 or 20. They were pretty big. And I remember just feeling terrible about myself and knew that when I saw that picture, I just knew something had to change and I had to do something different or else I was going to feel like that for the rest of my life.
Hi, I'm Liz and I am a freelance writer from Leeds in England. I probably suffered from depression since I was in my teens, I think, which means that I have really extreme lows. You don't want to do anything. Like some days I would not be wanting to get out of bed. The smallest things would like make me angry or cry. You don't have energy, like sometimes I would just want to sleep all the time. It's like just living under like a horrible black cloud that makes everything in your life seem negative and seem bad, and you can't see the good in anything. It's almost like I had this voice in my head that was telling me like, you don't deserve to live, you're just a waste of space, you're worthless, it would be better for you, it would be better for everyone if you weren't here anymore. It's a horrible place, like where all the joy and the enjoyment and the happiness has been sucked out of life. When you have celiac and Crohn's, you learn very quickly that you need to know where every single toilet in your immediate vicinity is. Everything I eat it either makes me feel sick or it would make my stomach hurt. Either I can't go to the toilet and I'm really constipated, or I can't stop going. I've got, uncontrollable diarrhea. When that really kind of interferes with your life, that's just not the easiest thing to deal with, because you're always worrying about like, oh, how near the toilet am I? What if I have to go out of this meeting at work to go to the toilet? That's going to be embarrassing. My doctor at the time told me he did not know if I was ever going to feel any better, and that was devastating, because I had at one point been very active and lived a very kind of full life, and the thought that I might not be able to work full time anymore, that I might not ever be able to do the things that I enjoyed again, because I was just completely, like, my health had just disappeared. To have been thinking like I'm looking at possibly a life of disability, like might not be able to support myself properly, that was terrifying.
My name is Guidon Herman. I am a music instructor and performer here in Gainesville at a local nonprofit music school.
The worst thing about sleep apnea is that I feel exhausted all the time. You wake up feeling really tired and low on energy, even if you get a good night's sleep, and you drag throughout the day, and you feel like you need to take naps. It really affects your productivity overall. It's a difficult thing to live with.
Correct. Good.
Digestive issues have been immensely difficult for me. I will get what I call pressure headaches. They feel like sinus headaches, but it happens, maybe a couple hours after you've eaten something. you'll experience bloating and gas, which of course is a really unpleasant thing, and it affects, you know, interacting with people, of course.
So A, B, C sharp.
One of the hardest things is you experience a lot of constipation, so that I've had to deal with a lot. It's like, you know, your body wants to get rid of something, but you can't get rid of it. You try to, but it's not working. And it's a really difficult thing for me to live with.
I'm a Gainesville native. I'm 32. I'm a third grade teacher. You know, when I'd gotten in great shape about 5 years ago, you know, I was running all the time. I really fell in love with running. I'd like to get to a point where I can run 3 or 4 miles and it's not a big deal. You know, that can just be the norm. I really am frustrated. I've gained weight. I'm probably at the heaviest that I've ever been. I used to love picking out I love clothes. I love looking good. I've always loved clothes, and there's something really frustrating about waking up and I almost dread picking out clothes for work because I know nothing's quite gonna look the way I want it to. I'm in this vicious cycle of getting frustrated about where I am with my health and fitness, and which I'm definitely a stress eater, which leads to stress eating, which leads to more frustration, which leads to more stress eating. Knowing that I'm at, you know, a heavier point, it's kind of dreading going to the doctor or seeing that number on the scale, wondering, okay, what kind of effects are these things that I'm just mindlessly eating having on my health? And I think once I really start to think about that and allow myself to explore those what if questions, what am I really doing to myself, that it really is scary.
Hi, I'm Don Blair, and I'm a tennis pro. I've been a tennis pro in Gainesville for over 20 years. I have a passion for tennis and golf, and I play a little bit of poker on the side. I have 3 kids, and I am pretty much all my time is spent either working or taking care of my family.
I've been to the emergency room a couple times in the past few years. So I had gained a lot of weight, was just very uncomfortable. Just standing around or sitting around was very uncomfortable. I was very lightheaded. I was seeing stars. I was getting dizzy. Something was weird. It just inside, it just didn't feel right. I started checking my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was extremely high. I think it was somewhere in the range of like 170 over 115 or something like that. And it kind of spooked me because on the label on the machine it says anything that's like 160 over 100 is a hypertensive emergency. Go seek 911 or call 911. Mine was higher than that, so I went straight to the ER, and that's when I had my first panic attack. I was freaking out, driving to the ER. You know, also, you know, I'm thinking, you know, man, I don't need to die right now. My family needs me, and so, you know, there's a lot of people counting on me for a lot of things, and so I really thought it'd be best if I just get over there and have some tests done on me and some work done on me just to make sure that I don't have anything majorly wrong with me.
As week 1 began, I started with a lot of whole food, plant-based demos and lots of working out and more working out. Everybody responded pretty well to the working out. It takes a little time for your body to get adjusted to it, but they're getting comfortable learning how much they like working out, how good it feels to have the endorphin release, how much more positive you feel, how much better you sleep at night. Everyone's starting to get that in their brain and seeing how much it affects their life in a positive way. Okay, Liz, day 1 workout, how did that feel?
It was hard, but I feel quite good. Like, I don't feel too tired. I thought I would probably feel worse, and it's good that it's not going to be that tough again.
We're gonna bake them, olive oil and salt. Maybe we might spice them up with a little jalapeno if Liz is feeling wild and crazy.
Yeah, why not?
Final product, we have our baked fries. As you can see, the bright green color of the broccoli and the kale and the green beans. We have our wonderfully tasty dressed salad, which of course has beet sprouts, notable mention?
Day 2, and I woke up today kind of just grumpy, like in kind of an irritable mood. I thought maybe I needed to eat, have my coffee, so I had oatmeal and coffee, and it didn't really help, so I decided to go ahead and do my cardio for the day. I just got done. I did an hour of running and walking, and now I feel fantastic, ready to take on the day. My head's totally clear. My mood is totally balanced out. I just feel, I feel great. So I learned today, or this morning, that sometimes when I think maybe I need caffeine, what I really need is cardio. So now I know.
All right, end of the workout, day 3. How was it, Gideon?
Well, if I'm being honest, it was rough. The run wasn't too bad, but the workout was really rough. Carly started me with the deck of cards exercise, which is like the push-up exercise, which is like really challenging. And it kind of zapped me, and I struggled through the rest. And I don't know, I don't feel so great about my performance today, you know. I wish I felt better, and I'm sure I will in hindsight, but right now I feel pretty crappy, like I could have done better, so.
This is Monday morning. I just wanted to take a minute to say how awesome it was the last couple of nights to go to sleep at a normal time without taking anything to help me fall asleep. I've been doing that pretty regularly for the last couple of years, and I know it's a bad habit, but kind of felt like I needed it. I got used to taking something to fall asleep at night and coffee to wake me up in the morning and wine to calm me down after work, so it's been really nice not having all of those ups and downs in my life. And this morning's workout, I felt super energized and ready to go, which is weird for me. It usually takes me a while to wake up, as Carly can attest to. So I just wanted to take a minute to tell you how good I was feeling. Thanks.
Good morning. It's day 3, Monday, and a couple of things I'm thinking about this morning. First is, so we started on Saturday, and this weekend was probably one of the first weekends in a long time where I didn't eat like crap. That's a pattern that I'd gotten into, kind of eating okay during the week and then eating whatever I went to over the weekend. Kind of feeling like crap on Monday and this need to like restart everything, some guilt, and I don't feel any of that today. I've been eating super healthy all weekend long, exercising, and so I feel great today on a Monday, and that's the first time that's happened in a while. Okay, it's still day 3 on Monday, and I just had this realization as I was drinking the smoothie that I just made after doing my cardio, that now when I eat food, I either immediately or pretty soon thereafter feel even better than I did before, which is a big change from eating something and wondering when it's going to make you feel bad, like, you know, when your stomach's going to kind of hurt or when you're going to be hungry again. Whereas now, when I eat food, it makes me feel good, and it's like it's fuel and not something that's going to bring me down.
Today was day 6. Had a great day today. I mixed up my cardio and played tennis today as opposed to just doing my normal daily exercises. The one thing I like about this diet better than all the diets I've ever been on is I'm eating a lot, and I'm still losing weight, and I still feel pretty good. Usually the type of diets that I go on are crash diets and, you know, low calorie diets and starvation diets, and by this time I'm just dragging. And so I'm pretty happy with that.
Kind of a rough night, but I haven't moved my bowels yet. I'm feeling pretty rough. Another night's sleep of only a few hours. I'm having some digestive issues today, having only had 3 hours of sleep, and having constipation for over 48 hours. Day 4. And feeling very discouraged this morning. I had a rough night's sleep last night. I was having some digestive issues. Well, it's like some serious constipation. It's been like 36 hours, and I feel like I got a cement block in my colon. It's so uncomfortable. I mean, it just makes me angry. Like, I just want to punch myself in the stomach. And, like, why can't I move my bowels? I'm so pissed. You know, it angers me, you know? I mean, like, if anybody's ever had this issue and you sit on the toilet and you're trying to go and you can't it's like, it just angers you. It's like, what the is wrong with me? You know what I mean? I'm just so pissed. This is where I am right now, and I'm fucking pissed. I feel like punching something. So, that's how I feel. Good day.
We're only 1 week in, and I'm really happy with how everyone's doing. Everyone is feeling so much better except for Guidon. He is still dealing with his digestive issues and sleep issues. I hope that things get better for him really quickly. Normally, a plant-based diet and exercise improves everything right away. So it's been a weekend. I'm a little bit concerned, but I do think that he's going to feel better very quickly. Every week we get together to share a plant-based meal and to talk about our experiences from the week. Don shared his blood results with the group.
My readings are really bad.
What were they?
I can say that on camera?
Yes.
She wants my overall cholesterol around 150, and it was 222. She wanted my triglycerides under 300, they were 600. And my A1C under 55, I said that, and they were 59. So I got a lot of work to do, and she's like, you need to come see me really quick. And I was like, listen, I'm on this little plan, give me 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks, can we retest? And if they're not the numbers you want, I'll do whatever you want me to do. And she said, yes, that's fine.
That's not just like trying to lose some weight. That's looking at some dire health consequences if you don't make a change. So Don was the one that really was like the most on the fence about whether or not he was doing this, and he was the one that needed it the most. When we were at the dinner table and Don told the group about his blood results, I think everyone was kind of shocked and really concerned at the same time. This is more than just wanting to lose weight. These are some serious health issues Don's looking at. These are all precursors for stroke, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and as his longtime friend, I was really concerned for his health. So it made me really want to focus on making sure Don is successful in this program.
So us Gainesvillians, we lovingly call the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium the Swamp. If you've grown up here, really anywhere in North Central Florida, you're gonna know what that is. It's this big battleground for the Gators, and it's really fun to work out there.
So we have the stadium challenge today, guys. How's everybody feeling?
Well, I was a little nervous and not sure if I was going to be able to finish it. I felt like I was a little underprepared and just wanted to be able to finish that day. That was my goal.
There are roughly 100 bleachers that keep getting steeper and steeper the higher you go. It's a true test of strength and endurance. Most people get tired after 3 or 4. We're going to do 8.
You know, there were a couple of trips when you get to the top. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it all the way back down and be able to finish that. Yep, lungs were definitely burning that day. I think I needed air more than water that day, and it was pretty hot.
Oh, they burned. They burned a lot.
My heart was pounding and my lungs were on fire.
Probably the hardest thing that I did, aside from the car challenge, I'm a little bit afraid of heights. had to stay focused. You're trying, your competitors are coming up around you and you're having to move. It was awesome though. It felt really great to accomplish it. And then my legs hurt for about a week after.
Physically, what happens when you're doing stadium is that your muscles start seizing up a bit. And so you have to mentally push through that stick point. And you have to find a pace that you can go to where you're not like gonna fall down the steps and break your neck or anything, but you can still push yourself and still keep going.
Today was a good day. They all showed determination and focus. This proved to me and to them that what we're doing is working. A couple weeks ago, none of the group would have thought that they could have conquered the swamp. This was the first really difficult challenge that we've done, and I'm really proud of everyone for finishing.
So yesterday I ate my normal breakfast, my normal snack, and then I went to a car dealership, which for anyone who hasn't bought a car lately takes forever. And of course there's nothing to eat there, and my fault for not taking anything. So I was starving. I went to the grocery store, got hummus, got veggies, got some healthy stuff, put them in the grocery bag in the back seat of the car, drove back to the office. The person sitting in the front seat was eating a piece of pizza for lunch and offered me a bite, and I was so hungry I didn't even think about it, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Took a bite, and as soon as I took a bite I was like, oh my god, now I gotta tell Carly and the rest of my team, and I felt really bad about it.
There's a couple of lessons here. Number one, we know that we don't get ravenous. Everyone is gonna fall off the wagon sometimes and get ravenous and just say, give me that. So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two is the important thing is Allison recognized what she was doing and she stopped.
I didn't eat the whole piece, just a bite.
And you just got to focus on, hey, you know what? This bad food is going to make me feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually glad that Allison fell off track because it's a great lesson for everyone. Everyone falls off track sometimes. We're all human. The important thing is you don't go off into falling back into your old bad habits again and just continuing on with that. You make a mistake and then you get right back on to what you were doing before. It's okay to fall off once in a while. Just make sure you continue on with the new good habits that you're creating. Carly, I just didn't have time to find something healthy. If only I had $1 for every time I heard that. The purpose of the shopping challenge was to be able to find a healthy snack in a short amount of time. Everyone's always pressed for time and in a hurry, so in this challenge you had 5 minutes to find 3 healthy, whole food, plant-based items.
So the purpose of the shopping challenge, I thought, was to kind of throw you out in the wild in a way, and just we went to the store with the purpose of finding really quickly a whole food, plant-based snack that we could get. We didn't have time to think about it.
I'm going to start on the outside of the store. I know that's where a lot of their fresher things are. Avoiding pre-made foods from the deli. First snack, dates. Only ingredients, dates. Almonds, ingredients, almonds. Something nice and crunchy and fresh. Organic baby carrots. Ingredients, carrots.
I think the purpose of the time element in the shopping challenge was to really mirror a real life situation. You're having a busy day, suddenly you're starving, you gotta run in somewhere and grab something before your next meeting, and you don't always have hours to plan. So it was a good way to manage time.
Do you know whole food, plant-based foods, and do you know how to quickly find them in the supermarket? So that was one of the purposes of the challenge that I could see, was figuring out what you wanted to get, kind of having an idea of it and executing it in a timely fashion.
One of the main keys is just avoid all the aisles that there's no reason to be in, which is a lot of processed foods and stuff like that. Just go straight to the fruits and vegetables area.
Everybody show the camera. Tell me.
Allison,
what is it?
I got date,
Went through the motions and got baby carrots, walnuts, and dates.
banana, walnuts, and these kale chips, which I wasn't sure about.
Did they pass inspection? They got the stamp of approval? Solid.
Everyone found a whole food plant-based snack within the time period, and I feel confident that everyone is going to be okay on their own when pressed for time and looking for a snack. It's still early in the program, but already we're seeing some really cool changes. Liz, so we're in 10 days in,
Yep.
and what's going on?
So I just had to tighten my belt again on my jeans. So it was here, and now it is here.
So that's,
And I can't not wear a belt on these anymore.
so you're down how many?
Just the one. And I used to be able to not wear a belt with these, but now I can't get away with that because they just start to fall down. That was great because it was proof that it was working. I thought that was me now. I wasn't gonna be able to lose any weight. You know, I wasn't gonna be able to really do that much exercise because I've been so unwell. So for that actually to happen and to realise that something was actually working, and not only was I feeling better, but you know the weight was coming off. That was amazing to actually see that and to have some physical proof.
And Liz's skin has cleared up quite a bit.
So because I've not really been that happy with the way I've looked lately, I used to put on quite a lot of makeup on whenever I went out. And I would kind of spend a lot of time doing it and using makeup in a clever way to kind of, sort of shape my face so that it would look like I had, cheekbones and, some sort of definition to my face because obviously when you put on weight, it goes on your face and my face would be more round. But I don't think I will probably need to do that more every day, maybe like more for a special occasion and stuff, because I like getting dressed up now and then, but it's going to be a lot easier.
Have the plants shaped your face the way you like it?
They've shaped my face, but mostly they've made my skin good, which is, that's the best thing about it.
Allison has turned down donuts in her office, which that used to be a really difficult thing for her. She didn't even want them.
I'm in the office and they brought in cupcakes. And I'm not gonna have one because I know I won't like it and it won't make me feel good.
The Whole Food Plant-Based Iron Chef is one of my favorite events. It's a very fun challenge. Everyone gets to test their new cooking skills and we all get to try some really tasty meals. It starts off, you get a brown bag with 2 ingredients and you have 1 hour to cook whatever 2 dishes you want. We have to cook an entree and we have to cook an appetizer. Some people had never cooked with eggplant or beets before.
I've watched that show on TV so many times. I actually was looking forward to it. It was a lot harder when you have less time, but I still had a blast. Most of those ingredients I've never cooked with before, so they were challenging. It's the first time I ever worked with beets or eggplant before. I'm very scared.
Getting the items in the bag for the Iron Chef Challenge was really fun because it made you have to think on the spot for what you were going to do. There was not really a way to kind of plan for that. So it was really exciting to look in those bags and think, what are we going to get? What's Carly going to throw at us? Slicing some thin onions, and I'm going to put them in a quick pickle. When I saw the eggplant, I knew exactly what I was going to make, which I'm going to keep a secret for right now, but I'm excited. I roasted the eggplants and seasoned it with some cinnamon and smoked paprika, coriander, and basically made a baba ganoush, warm baba ganoush dip, and I'm putting it on fresh tomatoes. I'm gonna garnish it with something green, just a little more appetizing, but tasted it, really happy with the way it turned out.
To be put under the pressure to have to get a meal done in a certain amount of time, only having these ingredients and having to put those all together, a really difficult thing to do.
Currently Googling eggplant recipes. to figure out what I'm gonna make. I came with no pre-prepared meals in mind.
I was the least experienced person in the kitchen at that point and was worried that I wouldn't even know what some of the ingredients were. I got to watch 3 other people who really knew what they were doing, 4 other people who really knew what they were doing, and we had a bunch of help. So I think I learned a lot that day about what different cooking tools were and different ways of doing things, trying everybody's food. I love food, I love eating, so I got to taste like 20 different things that day. It was really neat.
After the hour is up, the judges get to taste each meal made by the contestants without knowing who cooked what, so there's no bias. We go strictly on the appearance of the dish, the taste of the dish, and the uniqueness of the dish.
Could have been cooked a little bit more and seasoned a little bit more.
I did like the flavor, and I did like the consistency. You know, that's not always the easiest thing to do, and especially with the temperature, because the pumpkin you should have just warm or cold, and so I did like that. So that was very nice.
I love the eggplant. It was a little hard on the rim to cut. I'm sure that was a challenge trying to get it ready and in that short amount of time.
I usually don't like raw garlic, but this was really delicious.
It was a tight race, but in the end, Molly's, Baba Ganoush, and Liz's triple beet hummus both won to advance them to the dessert round.
I don't cook with these.
So Molly's a little bit more of a tropical girl than Liz.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
These are tropical fruits.
Geographical differences here.
Liz made a tropical layered pot, but in the end it was Molly's date nut cookie with a mango papaya compote that emerged with the Iron Chef crown.
So the victor is
2.5 points. Very, very close. Girls.
I was really inspired by the Iron Chef competition. I went home, I bought an apron, I bought some new cooking stuff, I bought a cookbook, and I decided I was going to make something new every day for the rest of that week.
Well, that was one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life, honestly. I love having a time constraint. I work really well under pressure, and I love cooking and being creative with food, so it was kind of like a perfect storm for me.
I think it was about creativity, about showing what you can do with fresh fruit and vegetables, the things that you can come up with, and the fact that you don't really need to spend a lot of time in the kitchen to come up with something healthy and that tastes good.
So since we've been doing this project, I've been trying to work on cooking at home a lot more, and my cooking skills have gotten so much better, and it's been really enjoyable because my daughter will come in and cook with me, so it's been a lot of fun.
The purpose of the Iron Chef is to learn to use whatever resources you have around you, whatever cooking utensils you have, whatever vegetables you have, whatever spices you have. It's so important in the whole food plant-based lifestyle that you learn how to cook and you get comfortable in the kitchen. To me, the fact that 3 out of the 5 of these guys had almost no experience in the kitchen and they learned to make some really healthy, tasty meals in a very short period of time says that anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. And I feel happy and confident that I know they can go out on their own now and provide themselves with some healthy, tasty meals very easily. This week we did the swimming and biking challenges. I wanted everyone to learn how to do a different type of cardio other than walk-in running and cardio machines. Number 1, you get to do something different that's fun. Number 2, swimming and biking are very low impact. If you have any kind of knee injuries, ankle injuries, or hip injuries, lower back injuries, low impact is great. We had some fun things happen. Don was able to do a dolphin flip, which he hasn't been able to do in years.
The dolphin flip is something I learned when I was on the Hawaii Kai swim team when I was a kid. It's been very difficult because my belly's always gotten in the way, so it was much easier when I dropped some weight to be able to hit that flip.
This guy, look at this guy. Watch out, homie, watch out. Oh my God, this guy's a swimmer. That's how you do it. The bike races were mostly close, with Liz and Guidon leading the way. Go. There she goes. Wow, she's looking strong.
To have another option for cardio is good because it decreases the number of excuses you can make for not doing stuff.
Everyone remembered how much fun it is to ride a bike, and we only had one hiccup. Allison couldn't really balance the bike at first.
Just hold the frame so that it's weighted down.
Sit on it. You may have to hold on a second. I didn't realize we were going to be teaching riding a bike. But eventually she got going, and it was just like riding a bike. She got going again and was able to complete the challenge. So all in all, it was a very successful day, and I think everyone learned some new types of cardio to do.
First time I've ever run 5K.
In a race?
In a race.
Kind of excited. I've never done a race before.
I feel good. I have run this exact race before, but when I say run, I mean walked it.
I'm actually kind of nervous because I don't want to come in last place.
My goal is I want to kind of pace myself and run the whole time. I'm not really worried about the time. I'd like to run the whole time and kind of get that under my belt. So that's my goal.
Race day, I really wanted everyone to feel what it's like to strap a number on and feel that adrenaline pumping through your veins while you're on the starting line, waiting for that gun to go off, and then boom. Gun goes off, everyone sprints out. It's a really exhilarating, fun, unique experience. And I think as everyone gets fitter and more in shape, it's important to do races and get out there and use your body and push yourself to the limit. See what you can do. Most of these guys had never run a race before and were a little nervous about it.
I feel like I could probably go the whole thing this pitch.
First in this 5K.
I feel good. I feel like I really paced myself, and that was what I was going for. I was really going to just finish. So I'm really proud of myself, and I showed up, and it wasn't about winning for me. It was just about going my own pace, and I did it.
You did it. Feel good.
Thank you.
It was really great to be able to finish a 5K race. I know a few months ago it would have been really tough.
I'm feeling good. I'm a little exhausted, but I ran the whole time. I was thinking about the pace that we would run when we all ran together, and that kind of sweet spot, and I think I found it, and I'm happy. That was my first 5K. Yeah.
From not being able to really run a whole mile even at a slow pace to almost winning a race against some super competitive people and fit people, that's a pretty neat experience.
Bring it back.
Woo!
Everybody finished, nobody walked, everyone could say they did a 5K race, and they also got that racing experience that I think is so important as you regain your health. Eating plant-based on the road, very, very important to learn how to do. How often do people go on a trip, flying somewhere, driving somewhere, and end up eating something bad and unhealthy because they think they don't have any other options? You actually do often have options, and that's what I wanted them to learn. So everyone got assigned one major restaurant or fast food chain that you normally wouldn't think has healthy options. And I mean, you really don't think they have healthy options. And they had to find 2 healthy, whole food plant-based meals there. That was their assignment.
In the fast food challenge, I was assigned McDonald's. I guess that implies that Carly has faith in my ability to make good choices, because it was probably the hardest one of the whole challenge. I looked at the menu really closely there for the fast food challenge. There were a few things that seemed like they might be healthy, but they really weren't, like some salad dressings. I actually looked into the ingredients in salad dressings, and they all had high fructose corn syrup and all kinds of preservatives in them. So my only options were a side salad that only had lettuce and 1 cherry tomato on it, and then unsweet iced tea, which probably wasn't that good anyway. I did not have a lot of confidence in the McDonald's employees. In fact, when I ordered the salad, the girl actually tried to discourage me from ordering it, telling me that it only had lettuce and tomato on it, but I assured her that that's all I wanted from McDonald's.
I'm gonna order as a side salad, so I'm gonna have a salad if you could, side salad, and that's the heartier of the 2 salads. That one is perfect. And then, would you say those are both plant-based? There's no additives or preservatives or anything crazy in here? Okay. So they didn't have fresh lemons. They had a lemon little package here, and there's preservatives in the lemon, so I chose not to do the lemon, and I'm going to go with a cucumber to put in my water. Sorry. Anyway, so now I have cucumber in my water, and I'll let it sit for a little bit, and hopefully that will do the trick and give me a little flavor. So hope that takes care of everything that I'm supposed to have whole food, plant-based wise. Thank you for all your help tonight. And, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here at Moe's Southwest Grill, and I'm ready to do my challenge. Tell me the salsas that have no processed ingredients.
That would be the tomatilla salsa, the mango tomatilla salsa, and the ghost pepper salsa.
Awesome. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome.
In the end, everyone did really well. Everyone found some whole food plant-based meals and learned how to eat healthy on the road. Extremely important, and I'm really proud of everyone for learning how to do that. This week I really increased the intensity in the gym. We're doing a little bit more heavy cardio exercises, more body weight movements. I always encourage people to do movements that your body's not used to. It gets you stronger, increases your calorie burn, and it keeps things a little more interesting. We have some tough challenges coming up ahead, and I want everyone to be ready. We're in, let's go.
Carly was relentless today and pushing us beyond, I feel like, pushing us in the segments that we had. 2,000 meters that we rode today.
This week has been really tiring. Like I feel super hungry, but at the same time I feel very energetic. I used to take a long time, I think, to recover. I'd be kind of huffing and puffing and resting and sitting and laying down on the ground and taking my time to get to the next exercise, and now I feel like I can go a lot more back to back, and I feel great right now.
Most people that are out of shape don't play sports. Now that we've been working out for a few weeks, everyone's gotten a lot stronger, their cardio's gotten a lot better. We can focus on just having fun and playing a sport. So I organized a tennis clinic by Don, who's in the challenge. He's also the owner of DB Racket Club and a very high energy, fun tennis coach.
I know how much I love tennis, and tennis is a game of a lifetime, and I want to introduce tennis to them as a part of another means of getting some cardio in, and I just think that would really help them enjoy cardio more. I mean, if you're out of shape, tennis is not fun. When you're in shape, tennis is a blast because you get more balls in play, you run down more balls. So they had a blast. Everybody was laughing, and that's the way tennis should be.
Let's go, now do it.
That's it, drop it.
So we all got to get out there, hit a few forehands and backhands, we ran a few suicides. Overall, I think everyone learned that you can have fun playing sports. It's good to be in shape so your body can move around and you can do lots of different stuff to burn calories. We've been on a whole food plant-based diet. in our exercise regimen for a little while now. So I really want to test everyone's fitness level and challenge them with something really difficult. The car push sled pull is pushing a 5,000 pound car for 100 meters, followed by pulling 90 pounds for about 200 meters for time. It is a true test of your fitness level to see where you are and see what you can withstand, because your muscles go into complete failure and then you have to reach down inside yourself and still keep going.
Car push was probably one of the toughest things that we did. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is one of those challenges that it was just kind of ridiculous and fun, and we felt like Carly was just adding new things to it for, you know, just his own entertainment to see if we could do it.
Get your momentum.
There you go. There you go. Now come strong with it.
One word to describe the car push challenge is humbling. What was different about this challenge as opposed to the other challenges, your entire body is being worked in that car challenge. This was definitely the most grueling challenge yet. Pushing that car and wearing that weight vest was about as close to a near-death experience I've ever had.
Extremely difficult. I mean, definitely the hardest thing, without a doubt. And I actually, going into it, I knew it would be challenging, but I never, in my wildest imagination, thought it would be that challenging. So, right from the start, right from the very first second, I'm trying to push this SUV and starting to roll backwards. I was pushing with all my might just to get it started and exerting all this energy right from the first second.
Go, push it, push it.
And then once I got finished pushing the SUV to where it needed to be, I was like, wow, my energy is so zapped. I'm already super exhausted. And I'm thinking, why is the sled so far away? Why couldn't we put it closer, you know?
I was really proud of everyone. I think they all found a physical strength they didn't know they had and a mental strength they didn't know they had. At the end, everyone was completely physically and mentally exhausted.
Perhaps the hardest thing I've ever done. That was really tough.
Wow. That was awesome. I feel good.
That was the hardest thing I've done.
That was awesome.
I mean, I love you because I can do it, but God, I hate you right now.
Mother. Put that on tape. I never curse, man. Oh, Jesus, sweet Jesus. Hey. Mother of God.
Is this going to be appropriate for the show now? I consider myself somewhat of a novice gardener, and I wanted to show everyone what goes into our vegetables, how we get them, where they come from. Also, gardening is great exercise, so we did a little calorie burn too.
I think the purpose of the farming challenge was really to kind of get our hands dirty and really see where our food is coming from. I mean, we just spent weeks and weeks eating nothing but fruits and vegetables, and it was really nice to remember all the work that goes into that. I mean, we just kind of go to the grocery store and pick out tomatoes or bananas, but it was really awesome having to go through all that steps. I mean, we weeded the garden, we, got all the chunks out, we made it look nice, and then planted these adorable little tomato plants that I actually got to eat some tomatoes off.
Farming was fun. Of course, the purpose of the farming challenge was to get out into the outdoors, get your hands dirty, and learn how to grow some stuff,
Previously, I had zero interest in gardening. Now I find myself out there helping my wife. And to be honest with you, it's actually a great workout.
Cardio, my upper body, shoulders, arms, biceps.
So the workout aspect of the garden challenge was kind of unexpected. I guess I haven't really done a lot of gardening. I imagine, you know, kind of sitting on your knees with cute little gloves, but that's not what it was at all. It was definitely, we had some rakes and hoes and, you know, you're using your back and your arms and getting sweaty and dirty, but it was really fun.
It's really nice to just be able to go out to your garden and pick things, and you have a better relationship with where, you know, with your food and where it comes from, and you appreciate it more when you put that effort into growing it.
I like colours because that means lots of vitamins.
I think overall the project was a success. Everyone got their hands dirty and learned a little bit about gardening. We had a good time doing it too. As a guy, I am not a huge clothes shopper, but there's a part of this program I always really enjoy when the girls feel good about themselves again and are excited to go shopping. We're going into TJ Maxx to do what?
Clothes shopping.
Yes.
Because I have dropped a dress size and everything is hanging off my ass.
So what are we gonna get?
I would really love to find some jeans and like I can actually wear something that's figure hugging, which would be nice. Yeah, normally I don't like clothes shopping because I find like nothing fits and I'm really self-conscious, particularly about my stomach area, but not so much now, so we'll see how this goes.
What size were you before?
I was like an 8 to 10 and now I'm more of a 6 to 8. Yeah, it's a bit more enjoyable because I can kind of think I have a bit more confidence that things might fit me and that I'm not going to have a big muffin top.
You're not gonna have a muffin top. I really enjoyed seeing Liz's face when she tried on new sizes that were 2 sizes smaller than what she had before, and she looked like a little girl again. She was so excited to fit into these new clothes, and it's rewarding for me to see how happy they are, feeling good about themselves.
Well, this is a really interesting find. I have a pair of jeans that fit.
Let's see 'em.
Unbelievable. Check this out.
Let's see them.
And that is unbelievable. If someone had said to me 6 weeks ago that I would be fitting into these, I would have just been like, yeah, whatever. No. I guess I thought I would shrink a little, but not this much. Not to be picking up size 6s or 10s if you're in the UK off the rail and just going, hey, look at me, my size 6 is fit.
Shopping when you don't feel good about yourself is torture. It really is. It's awful. You kind of go in there with a mindset that nothing's going to work out and it's all going to make me feel terrible. And then shopping when you do feel good about yourself is really fun. I think that it's easier to find clothes that, you know, kind of fit your mood when you're happier, when you know things are going to look good. It's a lot more fun.
And this is a material I might have avoided before because it's kind of tight and it kind of shows everything. But
Like the elastic.
Completely assembled it, but it is an 8. And before I was wearing like a 12 in dress sizes. So
Wow.
3 dress sizes.
Wow, that's great.
So this is an 8. We grabbed an 8 and a 10 off the rack. Thought I'd try the 8 first.
It definitely fits.
Definitely fits. It's got this little belt in the middle that ties it and shows off my waist.
Yes, it looks nice.
I love Calvin Klein. They're one of my favorites. I feel really good in this dress.
Good.
I can really see myself wearing this to work and a meeting.
Mm-hmm. It looks good.
That feels good if that dress fits.
A popular alternative to diet and exercise are stomach surgeries. I spoke to a couple people who have had these surgeries.
I'm a food addict, just like an alcoholic. I'm addicted to food, and I've had gastric bypass in 2003. I lost almost 100 pounds from it, and I am 10 pounds away from my heaviest that I used to be.
So you lost about 115 pounds?
Yeah.
and then you've now gained it all back.
Yep, minus 10 pounds.
Minus 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Why do you think that happened?
They made my stomach smaller, but they never fixed my mind. So I still looked at food the same way.
Hi, my name is Carol, and about 6 years ago I weighed 235 pounds, and I had tried dieting off and on but was unsuccessful, and so I saw these billboards all around Orange County and Riverside where I live about weight loss, lap band surgery. It was rough out there dating, like Match.com. I would get feedback from guys that tell me, oh, you have a pretty face, but too bad you're overweight. So that really kind of got into my head.
Carol decided she was tired of being overweight. After a little research, she decided to have the lap band surgery.
I was happy as far as losing weight, but I was very tired. I'd often pass out at work. Sometimes I'd get hospitalized and have to have blood transfusions, or at least the IV of saline, because I was so dehydrated. I was only able to eat 2 or 3 bites at a time for a meal. If I ate anything more, I'd start throwing up. I was throwing up anywhere between 2 and 6 times a day. So what ended up happening is I started going to the doctor, and I was having erosion in my esophagus from all the throwing up. My teeth were rotting because of all of the vomiting. Then I started having just stomach problems in general, and what was happening is I had a hernia right where the lap band was. I got blood poisoning called severe sepsis. My stomach was rotting inside of me. Half of my esophagus was rotting inside of me. I was so sick that I was hospitalized. They put me in a medically induced coma for about 2 weeks. I had 22 drains throughout my body to just drain out the infection that my body had. I had kidney dialysis. So that was pretty rough living in the hospital for 3.5 months. I finally did get out.
What was it like when you woke up from that coma?
I was very confused. I thought I'd only been in the hospital for a couple of days, and I found out I had been in there for 2 months. 22 hours a day I was attached to this machinery. The machinery was heavy. I had to attach it to a walker because I was too weak to carry the backpacks of the machinery, and I literally just went from my couch to the restroom. I got blood clots in my legs because of the lack of movement. They went into my lungs, and I got bilateral pulmonary embolisms, which is blood clots in my lungs. And so now what I have is an ileostomy. It's similar to a colostomy bag, but colostomy bag's on the left side, mine's on the right. And you can see all the scars. And then you can see also, I'm still trying to heal this up. What's happening now is I'm going to a wound doctor. But the reason I had this surgery was to have better self-esteem and to look prettier. And now my self-esteem is lower than ever, going to counseling twice a week. And as far as getting a better body, well, I don't know that this is a better body with this bag and all the scars. So
I cannot stress enough that surgery is not the right path. Carol Doyne would give anything to go back in time and choose diet and exercise. These are not the first unsuccessful surgeries I've seen. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen one surgery that is without complication and was successful. And it's not the fault of the doctors, it's the fault of the surgery. The surgery is where the problem lies. When you go in your body and you cut in, of course you're going to run into infection and other complications. It's not a natural process. Diet and exercise are the only way to go.
I go through my whole day without having any, moments of tiredness before, around, like after lunch, about 1 o'clock, 1:30, I would kind of get tired, maybe go get a second cup of coffee or even a Diet Coke. And now I just power through my days. It's easier for me to get up early so I can get some stuff done in the morning. I feel like I can think through things more clearly. I'm just full of ideas for lessons, and I feel like my creativity has just gone through the roof, which has been great.
You know, the other big thing for me that's happened is a huge shift in my mental health throughout this program. I've suffered from depression and anxiety for the majority of my adult life. I've been on various psychiatric medications over the years, and I've had periods where my mental health has definitely impacted on my career, on my personal life. I have now become psychiatric medication free. I'm no longer taking my SSRIs. Throughout the 6 weeks, I reduced my dose gradually to the point where now I am drug free, completely drug free.
Carly once told me that his Cuban grandfather said to him when he was a little boy, "A man who has his health is a rich man," and now I know exactly what he means. To have found a way of managing those health conditions without having to take a ton of medication that makes me sick, you know, to be free of the worst symptoms of what I had, it means everything, like, because like I say, you know, I thought that was it. I thought I wasn't going to get better. I thought I was going to be stuck in that place and that was the best life was going to be. For that to not be the case anymore, it's everything. I can't even, it's hard to describe what it's like. You know, sometimes I have to pinch myself when I'm going out for a run and I go, am I actually really doing this? Like, am I running when, you know, 2 years ago I could barely get out of bed? Sometimes it doesn't even feel real yet.
Problems you had was bowel issues. How has that changed?
Well, I'm moving my bowels regularly, and sometimes it's like an all-day affair. TMI, but it's the truth. I'm sleeping more soundly, which is a huge change. I also feel much more well-rested when I wake up. So, whereas before when I woke up, I'd be sluggish, I'd be dragging for a good half an hour to an hour. Usually within the first 10 to 15 minutes, I start feeling like ready for the day. Very unusual for me. So that's a huge change. It's not an easy thing to build workouts into your schedule, but once you do it and once you start sticking to it, then it becomes a way of your life. Now, it's a part of my life. I wake up and I go to the gym. I don't have any reason that I would stop that.
At the very beginning, when he told us the rules, I thought for sure that I was going to be the first person to gain weight doing this, because I love fruit and I love potatoes and those things that you're not really supposed to eat when you're doing a low-carb diet, and oatmeal and all these things I hadn't had in a while. But I said I'm just going to trust Carly. He's done it before, and I've seen other people have success with it. Figure worst case, I would get to eat some good food and prove you wrong. But I was up in those wrong. Potatoes. I got to eat so many potatoes. There was a night where I probably ate like 5 potatoes by myself. And I felt really bad about it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to lose weight doing this.
And then?
And then I lost 13 pounds in 6 weeks and 6 inches on my waist. You know, a lot of people, and I'm guilty of this too, a lot of people will look at somebody who has lost weight or has gotten in shape, or somebody who just looks great, you maybe don't know their story, and your first reaction is to say, gosh, they're so lucky. You're so lucky that they look like that. They're so lucky they can do that. And it's a lot of hard work behind that. It's not luck. I think knowing that you feel good and look good and that you can do everything at kind of your peak performance, it gives you that confidence that you need to be able to walk into a room and do that. If you look like you can do it, people trust that you can. Health is everything. I mean, it's your foundation for everything else in your life. If your health isn't where it needs to be, it's pretty difficult to do anything else well.
bottom line, nice clothes do not look good on fat people. It feels so good to look good again. I've been wanting to wear nice clothes, such as Lululemon, for a long time now, and after 6 weeks, I went from a double extra large to an extra large, and look what I got.
Wow, you got the Lulu on.
But all vanity aside, you cannot put a price on your health. I felt terrible before this project. I actually went to the ER 3 times in 1 year. That was a huge wake-up call. Sitting in that hospital room, all I could think about was my kids when I was staring at the ceiling. Now, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And that in itself is priceless.
Me losing this weight and eating healthy and bringing all my numbers down, from my cholesterol numbers and my blood pressure numbers, has given me just a happier, better outlook on how I see things. I know that if I just keep doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna be here longer, and that means I'm gonna be able to spend more time with my kids.
Now we all came to play. Needless to say, Unsupercise brings a heat, calories been filleted. Plans all the time, I'm hot on this rhyme. No mountains too tall, Unsupercise Us will climb. Keep getting high all the way to the top. Keep giving you more, Unsupercise keeps it hot. Growing these plants, man, I'm loving these greens. With a cardio blast, my body is clean.